John Higgins, Mortgage One. Happy Monday. So, a couple numbers that came out last week, mostly on the inflation side. We did see the headline CPI number rise an annual rate of 3.3%. When we strip out food and energy, a little more benign, 2.6%. We know that the cost of a barrel of oil and gas is really driving that. So the headline number includes that fuel number. And the Fed wants to stay around 2%. We're nowhere near that at the moment. So don't look for any relief from the Fed. Wanted to bring out a couple numbers on the real estate side. We are seeing more sellers reduce their sales price nationwide. Maybe here in the Midwest and Michigan, we're not quite there yet with sellers coming off their price, but maybe this is a canary in the coal mine as we're watching the rest of the country start to bring down prices, basically 1 out of every 3 homes. NAR still forecasting a 14% rise as we head into the spring selling season. We're going to get an indication these higher interest rates are going to cut that number down. Talked about oil and the cost of a barrel of oil and what that does to gasoline and inflation. If you're looking to see if interest rates are heading in the proper direction, well, we'll want to see oil start to migrate back under 100 and get, maybe down into the $70 range. It's not going to happen anytime soon. We have a ceasefire that's kind of in the throes till more gets worked out in the Middle East and, get the oil flowing. Don't expect this number to come down any soon, which is quite disappointing. Where does that leave our 10-year Treasury? Well, we're at 4.33% as of this morning. You can see by the graph just over the last 5 days that it's very volatile out there. Day to day and sometimes hour to hour, we're seeing interest rates move all over the place. So we're not expecting interest rates to drop anytime soon again until some of this stuff going on in the Middle East is settled. What does that mean for our mortgage rates? Well, Freddie Mac put out their survey and we are down on the survey. We're at 6.37, so we'll take it where we can get it. We'll have a hard time getting below 6.25, I think. We can see interest rates move a little bit lower in the interim here, but I don't expect any big moves unless we get some really noteworthy and newsworthy items coming out. We know affordability is an issue with these higher interest rates, so once again, wanted to run through some options. Michigan's got their non-DPA 30-year fixed rate at 5 3/4. So this is buyers, first-time home buyers that have money for a down payment and are looking for a really nice interest rate. Michigan also has their mortgage credit certificate program, giving buyers a 20% federal credit at the time they file their tax returns on all the interest they paid for the year. So another way to help cut that payment down for your buyers. There are temporary buy downs available. We'll take a 6.5% interest rate and start year one at 3.5% and step up. We do need some seller participation. I find this as a better marketing program for your seller if they have a home that they would not like to cut the price, but maybe they can offer additional incentives for the buyers. Look to those FHA, VA, and RD loans for your buyers that have either a lower down payment or maybe a middling credit score. The interest rates on those programs compete quite aggressively with the conventional options. Fannie and Freddie, of course, both have their Home Possible and Home Ready programs designed for first-time home buyers that give you a little bit lower interest rate and help with the mortgage insurance premium, so a win on both sides. And then I did want to bring up the city and the county DPA options. These are down payment assistance programs that are not MSHDA. Detroit has a $25,000 version. Pontiac just came out with a $20,000 option. And all but 5 cities in Wayne County offer up to $14,999. What's great about these programs, that down payment assistance money, if they stay in the home, typically around 5 years, Pontiac, I believe, is 10, it is forgivable. So you can take that down payment assistance, stay in the home, and it gets wiped out before they sell. So great programs to help affordability. Give me a call on any of these programs. I'd love to help your buyers get into a home this year. And if you want some strategies on how to get some of those listings that maybe are sitting, would love to chat with you about that. We'll talk to you next week.